Oh, yes. Oh, boy. We're a good team. Fulham win at the Pride of South London, the famous Palace Boys, by 2-0, thanks to goals from Emil Smith-Rowe and Harry Wilson. They also got another one each. And for the first time under Marco Silva, I believe I'm still right in saying this. No one's corrected me, because we got one disallowed through Mario Lemina's handball, which led to the goal against Spurs. That's the first ever goal that was chalked off when Fulham scored and VAR said no goal. But under Marco Silva, since we've been back in the Premier League, so that's been, 38 at 38, 76 at 11, 87 games. For the first, on the 87th game, we had, I'm sure my maths is right there. If not, then I apologise. But a lot of games. The first time Fulham have scored and VAR looked at it and gone, no, there's something wrong there. It's not going to be given. And it was just by the, as the, what was it, the World Cup final 2019 cricket final. I'm not a massive cricket person, but by the barest of margins. By the barest of all margins. It was Emil Smith-Rowe just a little bit offside. Didn't really matter though, did it? Did not really matter though, did it? Fulham win by 2-0. I have to be honest with you and transparent with you. Yesterday was obviously great, but it was my most stressful day of the job, match day job, so far. Wi-Fi just was working for everyone else. I don't know what was wrong with my laptop. It just wasn't connecting. Was tweeting from my phone. So I had a lot of looking down at my phone, sort of missing a lot of, individual. Obviously I watched the game. The view is not great at Palace either. So I missed a lot of what maybe people would be like, oh, this guy had a good game. And I know that players had a good game, but I need to basically watch the whole game back again to fully appreciate it. However, I've watched Match of the Day, I've watched the highlights, and Fulham played phenomenally well. And we need to talk about a few things. We need to talk about how good this team is. We need to talk about, God, my voice just went really weird there. We need to talk about this team, Fulham. Let's run through the game quickly. 5 minutes in, mistake from Anderson, but he makes up for it and stops Mateta from shooting at goal. That was one of two nervy moments in the first half. Anderson letting us off the hook, with clearing off the line just before Smith-Rowe put us in front. Jimenez shoots on the turn, but it flashes wide. That was like a half volley. Nelson, 14 minutes in, clean through on goal, denied by Henderson. Should have scored, really. Nelson curls a shot wide. Smith-Rowe then got in, and Lequoix made the tackle, and I thought it was a high tackle, really. And actually, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it wasn't given as a pen. I know he wins the ball, but he goes through the man as well. Hey ho, here she goes. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Gahey had a header wide, free header, big chance. Nelson and Webby have switched sides. Now Robertson's. Oh, right, that's not a chance. That was just an update on positional play. Mateta should do better as he glances a header over the bar. Anderson header is blocked. He's a target from corners. So, yeah, I mean, that's been seen before from Fulham. When we have a corner, we try and find Anderson, who sort of peels away and tries to direct a header towards goal. Webby denied by Henderson. That was like the chance with the half volley, or he chested it down and bounced down, and then he hit it. That is a half volley, but saved by Henderson. Clearance off the line from Anderson after Mateta headed towards goal. Best chance for Palace so far. And then after 2 minutes later, into 2 added minutes, Smith-Rowe scores. Great finish. I thought he was going wide. I didn't think he would score from that position. I thought Henderson should have done better. Doesn't matter. 1-0 Fulham. We'll take it. Great time to score as well, because if you go into half time after that first half, you'd be thinking we really should be ahead. It's going to be another one of those days where Fulham have played well, but maybe not got the result. I don't like. We could have, gone full throttle in the second half and gone for the opening goal in that scenario. But it would have been disappointing to be 0-0 at half time, and it very, very nearly was. So thank you, Smith-Rowe, for changing my life. I'm literally just Emil Smith-Rowe. Big save from Leno to deny Munoz. It was offside. Doesn't really matter. You don't have to go over that one. Then Fulham score through Smith-Rowe. Oh my word. Back to front in no time at all. Fulham so good at doing that. And the match of the day picked it up. Really good analysis. Leno catches the ball and they're off. They're off to see the wizard. And the wizard being Emil Smith-Rowe or Harry Wilson. Genuinely, they're running. The move is fantastic. They play it, from left to right, and it finds Iwobi, dangerous ball into the box, and then Smith Rowe finishes it very, very well, and he's just offside. Just offside. Oh well. Pereira then had a load of chances. His shot was well saved by Henderson. He then was denied again from outside the box. That's like 2 weeks in a row where Henderson's had to make a save of his face. It's a really good effort, actually. It's a really good save. The second one, he just sort of tips over from I think, just outside the box. Then Jimenez volleys over. Sometimes I couldn't even keep up. Fulham would have a chance. I literally wouldn't have a chance to tweet it because we'd be on the attack again. I think Nelson might have had a curling shot straight at the keeper. I didn't register that down. I didn't tweet it. It was really hard to keep track of everything. It's easier to sort of type and watch, but then looking down your phone to type, it's difficult. You miss some things. So yeah, but I'm grateful that Fulham have won the game. It's not about my experience really. It's about everyone else sort of winning the game, not winning the game, but experiencing winning the game. Nelson shot is wide. Fulham looked so dangerous going forward in the second half. Boy, did we! We looked fantastic. So fluid in attack, so dangerous. And obviously the red card helps, open up a bit more space. It's a poor challenge. That's Mitchell, Tompkins, and Kamada now all sent off. 3 red cards in the last 3 games. Obviously 2 in one game on Boxing Day, but yeah, red card. Yeah, it was not a good challenge. But Tete was good. Glad to hear that. Man of the moment, Harry Wilson is coming on. And then I tweet Wilson and TC on, AP and Nelson off. And then, moments like 39 seconds later, goal Wilson. What a ball from Alex Iwobi. I mean, it's just sensational. Some of the individual performances yesterday, we'll get onto it once we've wrapped this up. Fulham then score again. Wilson is just a little bit of a handball, isn't it? It's upsetting. If Wilson got another brace from the bench, I mean, he already got an inform on FIFA. He'd be getting another one. He'd be up to 84 rated. And suddenly there's Evos looking very, very spicy indeed. Disallowed for handball. London buses in terms of VAR disallowing Fulham goals. And that was it. That's all she wrote. Palace had a couple of half chances in the first half. Like I said, that the header over from Gahey was a big chance. That the off the line was a big chance. But I thought overall Palace were really disjointed and Fulham sort of dictated the whole game. I did want to have a look at the stats because I think it's important in this context that you look at how dominant Fulham were. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. Where are we? Here we go. Apologies. Stats. 64% possession, 1.83 XG. Palace had 1.52 XG. Fair enough. 17 shots, 7 on target. Big chances, 3. Big chances missed, 1. 85% passing. Just 8 corners to Palace's 1. 8 corners away from home is pretty impressive. Not that we scored from one, but it's fine. I honestly, where do we start? I think I was on a podcast just now debating like who was man of the match. The other guy said Iwobi. I said Smith Rowe. That's only because the club gave it to Smith Rowe. But upon reflection, Alex Iwobi was just so good. Whether he's left or right or moves in a little bit central, he creates the chances. The assist was one of the best I've seen so far this season. In fact, the assist that Robinson got for Iwobi's goal against Leicester probably was better. But in terms of weight of pass and Wilson running in behind in that pocket of space, beautiful stuff. But Iwobi, ball carrying ability, brilliant. I actually wanted to look at Iwobi's individual stats. Him and Sander Berger and Smith Rowe, they're the 3 I want to look at. In terms of my belly is rumbling. I'm slightly hungover and I would love to have some food at some point. 81% accurate passes, 42 out of 52. Big chances created 2, chances created 4, shots on target 1, touches 72, touches in the opposition box 5, passing to the final third 7. That's just really good. I know it's just like stats are stats and people will have their views on stats, but I like to have a look at them. Emil Smith Rowe, football rating of 8.6. Accurate passes, 42 out of 47. Chances created 3, shots on target 1. Successful dribbles, 3 out of 4. Just some really good stuff here. Sander Berger was better. He's getting better and better. And now we're at a stage where Lukic comes back in and it's like, well, actually, I think Berger, after the Villa game, everyone was like, oh, we can't wait to get Lukic back in. We're going to miss him so much. Nah, honestly, Berger is, in fact, I might have a burger to celebrate Sander Burger. That would be fun. I absolutely loved Berger's performance. It was really, really good. The last couple of games he's been top level, really. And now we've the strength in depth, this team. You look at this team on paper sometimes and you think, oh yeah, it's quite good. Maybe an outsider looking in, it's okay. Look, honestly, Wilson, who's just like, his confidence is sky high. Lukic, he'll be raring to go when he comes back. Nelson Adama, that competition. Muniz is, chomping at the bit to get his goal. Tiafi Castagna, more than capable. Reed can, sit in and be that sort of pitbull sort of player. TC can find a pass. Sessegnon, Joshua King. I mean, it's a player who's going to have a very, very bright future. I can't believe how good we are. I can't believe it. And this is not me being arrogant. It's just me being happy about the team. And I think everyone should be happy about the team. We're sitting in 7th in the table. We should be 3rd. We should be 3rd if we have those extra 4 points. Can we ban those extra 4 points? I'm not going to speak about it anymore, even though I definitely will. Pereira was much better. Fair play. Loved that from Pereira. Much better performance. And really, really, really good stuff from Fulham. Anderson, brilliant. Bassi, comfortable. Tete, Robinson, just, oh my gosh. Robinson is just phenomenal. Nelson, really good. Could obviously improve on his finishing. I'm super happy. Let's talk about the way Smith Rowe and Jimenez sort of press, and that's where the goal comes from as well. And it's not the first time they picked up the ball in that area. That's when Smith Rowe went through and was taken out by Lequoix. But for the goal, Smith Rowe reads the play really, really well, gets the touch in, makes the run. Jimenez finds him. Great goal. I want to watch. I want to watch it all again. I want to watch like some real extended highlights. I want to half an hour highlights on Sky Sports. I forgot to record them. Damn. Oh well. International break now. Many will say, "Oh, I just want to kick on." I'm saying, let's just take a chill pill for a bit. Wolves are coming off a big win. To stifle their momentum with 2 weeks of international break is actually quite nice, because then they come to the cottage raring to go after beating Saints. They're playing us next week. I'd be slightly fearful of it because their tails are up. But I would expect us to get a result from Wolves, and obviously we'll speak about that in a couple of weeks' time. But overall, guys, I mean, from my area, it was a stressful day trying to make content, and it wasn't working. It all had to go up after the game, which everyone had sort of still appreciated. I should probably mention, because everyone's watching on Patreon here anyway. This is a video for YouTube and for Patreon. Patreon is absolutely flying right now. Since the Brentford game, we really gained some subs. We gained another 2 last night as well, and the 2 on a Friday night as well. It really is your best bet in terms of Fulham content. $5.50 a month, £5 a month. I should get it tattooed on my forehead, shouldn't I? And we're literally very close to 100 subs, and the aim was to get 100 subs by the end of the year. At this going rate, we might get it by the end of the month, which would be insane. And like with the Lampardian transition I just did, with all seriousness, you're changing my life. Like this week, yeah, it has to be the best week of my career so far, and that's because of what happened against Brentford, and it's because we beat Palace, and we're doing really, really well. Getting some good questions in with Marco. Got a really good rapport going with Marco right now, and I feel like when people are giving you compliments like, you're doing a good job, you're asking the right things, it motivates me so much, honestly. And I sit here right now and I have to sort of I just can't believe how lucky I am to be in this situation, and so fortunate. Everyone watching on YouTube, even just subscribing to my YouTube channel means a lot to me. Subscribing to my Patreon is just honestly, you're changing my life by doing it. I'm not going to get all soppy like I did on deadline day. Let's not go down that route. Albeit it got in a few subscribers, but it was it's just I'm beaming. I'm beaming because we've had some difficult days this season. The loss to Man United, my head was gone. Everton away, my head was on Mars. Man City, I just thought, there was some. But this has genuinely been, and obviously the stats back it up, the best start to a season I can remember for a long time. Mate, Emil Smith Rowe is so good at football. He's so good. Iwobi deserves credit. My stomach is going rumbling. It's almost 12 o'clock. I'm going to have to go and order some food, I think, treat myself on this Sunday. Not feeling too hungover from last night, which is great. Thank you so much for watching. What does it mean? It means Fulham are sick. Well, we were sick. We're now 7th. Brighton sort of stealing the limelight from Fulham. And not that, I don't think we'd have been first match of the day or anything like that. But I was trying to make a case that Fulham are genuinely like one of the best teams in the Premier League right now, which we are. And then Brighton go and beat Man City. Like Bournemouth, they've been very, very impressive. 7 points from Villa, Arsenal, and Manchester City, but then they go and lose to Brentford 3-2 in a balmy topsy-turvy game, wasn't it? But Fulham right now, people, if you're sleeping on Fulham, wake up. Like literally set your alarm and wake up. We're so good. We're such a good football team. Was it easier because you're playing against the Palace team who were missing a load of... Yeah, it was. But and then obviously a red card doesn't help. Do I think it would be different if Wharton and Eze were... Yes, I think it would have gone a different way. But they weren't there. So I'm not going to sit here and start making up hypothetical situations. Let's just enjoy the 3 points. You know me, I love to ramble on and on and on. I sort of dig myself into holes and, So should we just end it there? Thanks so much for watching. Yeah. Over the next 2 weeks, you're probably thinking, oh, right, so nice break for you then, international. No, we will be back tomorrow on Patreon, on Tuesday on Patreon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way through to the Wolves game. And there could be something big on the horizon. I'm just saying. I am just saying. If you are interested in subscribing to the Patreon, you're probably like, this guy just rattles on too much. Probably, no, in all seriousness. If you would like to subscribe to the Patreon, the links are, if you go to the description of this video, scroll right down to the bottom, you'll see like a little Patreon logo. You can click on that. It's in my Twitter bio. It's in my Instagram bio. My @ is JakelliFFC. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. We will speak again soon. Well, tomorrow. We'll speak again tomorrow. Take care. Come on, Fulham.